Hello, everybody. I want to do this live. I'm heading out tonight. I got a little field trip to do. It's all for independence. Meet some Albertans here. I want to talk about Michelle Rempel's live here just 2 hours ago and the video before that this morning. Not happy at all. I've been actually getting tagged with conservatives. This is probably going to end my dealings with Michelle Rempel, but I don't care because I've had my load limit of the absolute bullshit of all of these parties and all of these politicians. I've watched in horror as things get worse, bad, worse yet, bad, worse yet, and absolutely Albertans are suffering. And look no further than Michelle Rempel, somebody I thought you could put your trust in, you should be able to rely on, but I've watched that dissipate for several months now, and it hit the load limit where now I gotta speak up. And I watched that video, and you all have to watch this after you listen to mine. Go watch hers and tell me what you think. Another Jason Kenney spinning an issue. What gets me with her, she talks about going to the Calgary International Airport. All the protections for travelers. Keeps talking travelers, Canadians, when's restrictions coming down. The permanent resident is the issue. Michelle Rempel will not talk about radical immigration. When confronted by it, it's like it doesn't exist. It's like, oh, everything's okay. As long as all those downtown Calgary hotels are filled and all those rooms are filled, because we know how bad Calgary's doing, let the province of Alberta taxpayers pay for it. Let's house these immigrants. Let's give everybody a free ride when we're at unbelievable unemployment rates. That's what's going on right inside Calgary and all over Alberta. Jason rented these out all over. She's telling all of you, oh, when's Trudeau going to lower the restrictions, instead of saying the truth. It is absolutely all of the immigration, all year long, all last year, and doubled this year coming. But as long as her core gets those hotels filled by you, Joe Jane taxpayer, who's going belly up in your businesses, no work, not enough jobs, people are suffering, unbelievable unemployment, largest in all major cities in Canada, Calgary and Edmonton. But that's okay as long as we flood everybody in. And she won't say a word about it. Keeps it totally under wrap. Immigration isn't an issue for Michelle Rempel. Calgary International Airport, everything's hunky-dory now because she's the shadow health minister with absolutely no background. Is going to tell us all how it is. Pathetic. It's either a super scam or it's a super genocide. Either way, it is a genocide. Which one is it, Michelle Rempel? Why have you, as the shadow health minister, not gone on that stage with Trudeau and said, absolutely shut down all the immigration? We're importing this virus. We're importing all the variants. We should lock down all travel coming into Canada. All travel. That includes your radical permanent residency. The immigrants that you're making permanent residents and bringing over here. You think you have everybody fooled. These people have never been to Canada before. A great vast majority of them, everybody. Never been to Canada before. They've been approved. They've been made permanent citizens. Here's your new papers for Canada. Away you go, permanent citizen. Don't worry. The Canadian Constitution covers you. Michelle Rempel gets to lie to all of you, like every other conservative, all the liberals, and every NDP. Because they're killing you, they're destroying your businesses, they're bankrupting you, and they're stealing all your jobs away, what little's left. These people are absolutely evil. All of them. Michelle Rempel's garbage. A big, fat, bold-faced liar. A degenerate. A scumbag, just like the rest of them. And you lie your face off to every Albertan and your following. You can't even tell them the truth. I have all the reports, Michelle, just like your scam a couple days ago, crying out to concerns, somebody help me, we don't have the resources. Ugh, I had it in a half an hour. You're all lazy, useless. I just watched an MP today tag me in his live, an Edmonton area MP conservative. Come check it out. I'm on the stage talking to Trudeau about contracts in the U.S. for all the federal money. And is Canada going to get those contracts? No, they're not. They're not getting them because we've already breached the USMCA. Several provinces have. We're too scabby. That's the term. I did a great YouTube video about it. The U.S. has absolutely adopted all of this in the USMCA. Who, guess what? Another asshole, Jason Kenney, put in Bill 32, cutting us Albertans out of all of it. All we have left is whatever funding they provide individual states at this time. But guess what, Albertans? You're too low on the wage totem pole. Trump set it up. We're snow Mexicans. We're too low on the totem pole. We rank below the 50th worst state in wages and wage provisions. We're the scabbiest of the scab. Donald Trump's narrative of snow Mexican. Biden ain't taking it out, losers. These conservatives that say they're conservative, they're not conservative. They're not even in touch with our largest trading partner. You're sitting here watching a guy who's had more to do with our southern neighbors than any of our elected officials. I don't even get paid. I do it to find out the truth. And of course, expand my knowledge base and start to think, you know what? I'm in the wrong country. I've wasted years here for nothing. Robbed, exploited in the end, as my father was, his father before him, in several key intervals throughout our existence here in this lousy, useless, no-good confederation. And that's what it is. If people haven't figured it out, this play has been done by Ottawa to Alberta over and over and over. It's just another narrative to exploit, oppress, rape, pillage, plunder. It's been done throughout history. Unfortunately, it's alive and well in Canada, and it's done all the time. And it's done by all the parties elected. They're all filthy, fat pigs at the trough, liars, degenerates, who sit there and lie to each and every one of you and then ask you to donate to strengthen and bolster their resolve so they can screw you that much harder. And so many of you won't share this because you're like, oh no, oh, it can't be true. It's absolutely true. And I'm making mega grounds with our southern neighbors, learning the absolute truth, state by state, as I go through them. And I'll continue to go through all 50. And then I'm going to go through Russia and all 85 of their regions. Regardless, I don't care anymore. I'm going to get to the bottom of what this confederation really is and what's going on here. I already know what's going on here. And it's becoming very clear and evident. We're not governed at all really anymore provincially. We've been sold out between 5 and 7 years ago. Absolutely. And if you think it was just Rachel Notley, She was totally on board with it, but so's UCP. 100%. They've talked to a few governors. I got Senator Ted Cruz out there on a campaign that helps Alberta too, because they know what happens when Alberta's forced to turn the taps off. Where is Jason Kenney in all this? Oh, he can't come forward. Texas, no, we're going to stay with Ottawa's narrative. Aaron O'Toole and the Conservatives need to absolutely win Ontario and Quebec. We got to strengthen relations with them. We got to just, Albertans, you're just going to have unemployment rates and destitution not legal in this world and totally a human rights violation. Absolute genocide. That's what we're going through. And I'm making a case for the International Court of Justice. I had a very busy day, all, and I got a busy night tonight too. And I'll tell you, I've read too much. My eyes are sore. But I'm going to tell you, I went through Roman statute adopted by absolutely the International Court of Justice, administered ultimately by those 5. They know who I am. I'm going to go back to that stage, and I'm going to make sure I'm articulated very well, because you don't want to mess around with this. I have a breakdown of everything that constitutes human rights violations and absolutely belongs in that court. And absolutely I can go to all 5 as well, because you know what? Even if that court was to say we're not going to hear it, if the 5 come together and say you will hear this case, guess what the court has to do? They got to hear the case. I'm going to make sure it's articulated well. I've been collecting evidence for some time. I've been fishing. I've been letting our government roll it out further and further. We're almost there, and they can laugh. They can think this is a joke. Maybe they do have some stroke to defeat me on this, but we're going to see. I'm not going to live on my knees. I'm going to die on my feet before I ever let any more of these miserable, low-life, degenerate politicians continue their reign of terror. It's absolutely our entire provincial party system, with all the federal attachments, absolutely every single one of them. They're killing you, Albertans. They're purposely orchestrating and killing you. Not one Conservative MP, including Michelle Rempel, who's the Shadow Minister of Health now, has gone forward at any time with any of these truths on that stage she was elected for. She's killing Calgarians and sitting there like she's going to pull a Jason Kenney narrative. Let's fool them into thinking we're here for travel restrictions for Canadians and permanent residents. No, you're here to have all those immigrants brought here as permanent residents, which in our Constitution gives them almost the same powers as a Canadian citizen. Absolutely be brought here to take jobs that nobody has, to get business loans, to open up businesses that people are losing. Does this make sense at all yet, Albertans? Are you sharing this out? She's as evil as they come. Go watch her video, watch the terminology. I've just educated all of you. She never once mentions immigration, always talks about travelers, never mentions the 401,000 coming through, and a mass majority of them right through Calgary. Staying quarantined there, being paid by all of you sucker taxpayers, all of us. Well, we're all suffering. Businesses getting closed down, people going bankrupt, record home losses, 18.5%. Bankruptcy, 11% unemployment, outrageous, unreal, not normal, not even fathomably normal in this world today. An absolute human rights violation. And Michelle Rempel thinks it's okay. What's the plan, Justin Trudeau, to lift the sanctions? Keep sending more immigrants to Calgary. She's helping this along. I gotta go. I got my message, everybody. Time for me to go on a field trip. You guys all have a good night. Get this shared out. Don't let conservatives, don't let NDP, and don't let Liberal get away with this stuff. It's all of us. It's on all of us. Get it shared out. Get the truth out there. Go watch her video, and you'll see everything I said materialize in her dirty shit video of absolute lies to the good people of Calgary. Where's your heart, Michelle Rempel? Get your ass out there in Parliament and start telling the truth. But you can't, can you? Because you're taking the paycheck. You're part of the problem, not the solution. You're with those special interests, those COVID hotels in Calgary, over your constituents. These are global firms, global hotel works owned by foreign interests. And she isn't championing the local businesses at all. She's assisting in their destruction. Not one word with her tremendous following and voice, her shadow ministry. Where's your voice out there in Parliament, Michelle Rempel? You're an actress, lying, stealing a paycheck, begging for donations. And I used to defend you. You're a sick, pathetic individual. No better than Trudeau and his dirty liberals. You are a dirty liberal. Bye now. Share.